All the esteemed fairy masters want to claim me. The story begins as heaven and earth are founded upon the 5 elements. All things are born from chi and spirit. The 21 states, a world where people cultivate using the spiritual energy of heaven and earth. 3,000 great Taos. Sects are as numerous as the stars scattered across the land. For thousands of years, only the Northern Sword Sect has stood above all, reigning supreme. At the Jade White Plaza of the Sword Sect, the crowd shouted, "Fourth stage, fourth stage." Xiao Nan said to himself, "What's going on? Lately, I've clearly stored up a lot of spiritual energy while cultivating. So why can't I use any of it now? My body feels completely empty, as if someone has drained me Deidre." An elder shouted, "Xiao Nan of Nanli City in the Northern Territory, Chi Stage 3. As Xiao Nan looked behind him, a boy said, "So it's true what they say about Xiao 3 stage. He'll never break through to Qi Stage 4. Ha! Ha ha ha." His friend responded, "Otherwise, why would Nell and Guor have annulled their engagement?" Their flamboyant friend sneered, "He's just a useless waste." At the top of a mountain, 4 alluring women observed. A blonde beauty murmured, "Surnamed Xiao?" A brown-haired woman with an ample soft chest said, "Qi Stage 3. I heard his parents vanished long ago, possibly dead, so even in the Xiao family he's not well regarded." Then how did he get into the Sword Sect? Who knows? Maybe the Xiao family just sent him to make up the numbers. A blue-haired woman with a similarly ample chest whispered, "Shunned by the world, the Grand Elder of the Sword Sect, Peak Master of Hongshan Peak, Yubing Yun, spoke. I searched high and low, but it turns out fate has effortlessly delivered him to me." The 4th Elder of the Sword Sect, Peak Master of Talisman Peak, Mo Li, nodded. The fated one from Grandmaster Su's unreliable prophecy. The 3rd Elder of the Sword Sect, Peak Master of Medicine Peak, Jin Shu, added, "Has appeared." The 2nd Elder of the Sword Sect, Peak Master of Sword Peak, Shan Wuyan, stood silently, observing. As Xiao Nan remained motionless, Jin Shu turned to Yubing Yun and said, "Senior sister, once the sect protection formation is activated, no one can stop it. That Xiao brat will likely be drained dry." Yubing Yun replied, "The Grandmaster's prophecies never fail, and this was Grandmaster Su's last prophecy before his ascension. Now that this person has appeared, we have no reason to let him go. Activate the sect protection formation." Mo Li, Jin Shu, and Shan Wuyan responded in unison, "Yes." They shot a beam of energy into the sky. From a distance, a beam of purple light struck the statue as Xiao Nan thought to himself, "Such massive lightning. If I get struck, I'll be nothing but charred." The beam slammed into his forehead, intense pain shot through his body, and blood dripped from his nose. What's happening? He wondered as the energy surged through him. Am I dead? He dropped to his knees. A boy turned to an elder and asked, "Elder, is Hit dead?" The elder stroked his thin beard and sighed. Even the strongest experts struggle to escape unscathed from the sect protection formation, let alone someone at mere Qi Stage 3. Yet, as Xiao Nan continued to endure the overwhelming energy, he gasped, "Huff! What just happened?" He clutched his chest. The crowd scattered in panic, shouting, "A zombie!" Xiao Nan, confused, stared at them silently. Yubing Yun's eyes gleamed. "Not a single scratch. He really is the fated one from the prophecy." She licked her lips slowly and declared, "As the eldest senior sister, I must follow the Grandmaster's teachings and guide him well. None of you better try to steal him from me, got it?" Mo Li objected, "Senior sister, he is the future pillar of our sword sect. Everyone has a chance. Why does he have to be yours?" Jin Shu raised her hand. "Wait, as the Medicine Peak Elder, I don't have a direct disciple yet. Alchemy is the foundation of our sword sect. When we say pillar, we mean the pill Tao. After all, a pillar is just a pill furnace, right?" Mo Li countered, "Xiao Nan should come to Medicine Peak." Her and Yubing Yun's eyes clashed, sparks flying in their intense rivalry. Suddenly, someone attacked. They dodged the strike. Mo Li conjured ice, freezing the enemy's sword. Shan Wuyan reclaimed her weapon and declared, "I will have him join Sword Peak and train under me in the Sword Codex." Mo Li narrowed her eyes. "Second senior sister, are you planning to take him by force? Then I won't hold back either." Shan Wuyan smirked. "Otherwise, let's test it out?" Jin Shu mused to herself. Although second senior sister is strong, senior sister definitely won't sit idly by. If senior sister and 4th senior sister team up, it won't be impossible to fight back. At that point, I could just sit back and reap the benefits. Yubing Yun raised a hand. All right, let's not fight over this. Why don't we disguise ourselves and approach Xiao Nan secretly, then let him choose where he wants to go? What do you all think?" Jinshu raised her hand eagerly. That's a great idea, senior sister. You're so smart. Molly nodded. I agree. Jinshu turned to Shan Wuyan. Second senior sister, what do you think? As Yubing Yun leaps away like a speeding bullet and says, okay. At Zhang sect, the newly initiated disciples' cave dwelling, Xiao Nan rests in a steam bath spring and sighs. The elder comments, this is really some great dog shit luck. The sect protecting Grand Array must have malfunctioned a bit. That's the only way your sorry ass survived. Xiao Nan thinks to himself, you're the dog shit, your whole family is dog shit. I've transmigrated for heaven's sake. Even if that sect protecting Grand Array is powerful, it shouldn't make me exit the stage as soon as I enter. He thinks about missing his dad, his vanished mom, the fiancé who broke off the engagement, and his broken self. He stands up and says, and this fucking useless body. No matter how much spiritual energy I absorb, it all dissipates the next day. My cultivation is forever stuck at the third stage of spiritual energy. The cliché is already this bad, so at least the ring, as my only heirloom, should have something special about it, right? Like activating a cheat or something. But it turns out to be a worthless piece of junk. As he takes out the ring slowly, he says, might as well throw it away. A system notification sounds. Detected that the host's soul does not belong to the current world. A system notification says, warning, warning. Another notification appears, curse in progress, cultivation status cause and effect reversed. A system notification states, warning, the host is requested to leave the current world. Xiao Nan says to himself, a system? My cheat is finally here? A system notification announces, cultivation curse effect activated, status reversal. Cultivating spiritual energy -1. Cultivating spiritual energy -1. Spiritual energy -1. Cultivating spiritual energy -1. Cultivating spiritual energy -1. Spiritual energy 11. Xiao Nan, shocked, says, what the fuck? He thinks to himself, good news, the system is here. Bad news, I wish it wasn't. Xiao Nan says, so the reason I haven't been able to cultivate is all thanks to this fucking curse system? The more I cultivate, the more trash I become. Then what's the point of cultivating? Might as well lie flat. Suddenly, his door gently opens. Xiao Nan thinks, what's that sound? A thief? Suddenly he gets excited as he thinks, hiss. Nice legs. Who's this woman? What's she doing in my room in the middle of the night? Yubing Yun says, this kid will be perfect to test my grand technique. She slowly crawls towards Xiao Nan. Xiao Nan thinks to himself, what grand technique? Could she be a flower-plucking thief who's mastered some kind of essence-draining art? Could it be that she noticed this fresh meat during the daytime ceremony, and now she's planning to force herself on me while it's dark and quiet? Yubing Yun thinks, a few years ago, I happened to acquire a dream-entering spell. As long as the caster's mental power is strong enough, they can weaken the target's mind and subtly manipulate their thoughts. In this way, this child of destiny will become a disciple of the Red Dust Peak, and I can ride his coattails to the top. Strange, why isn't there any reaction? I was all prepared. A real man must know how to adapt to the situation, endure what others cannot. A little essence draining is nothing. She uses her skill, obscuring trace illusion dream. Xiao Nan thinks to himself, is this essence draining technique that fierce? This chick is trying to kill me. As Xiao Nan feels his life being drained, a system notification says, received mental damage, spirit +1. Another notification, received serious mental damage, spirit +3. A third notification, received extremely severe mental damage, spirit +5. Xiao Nan becomes a soul and thinks, wait a minute. After receiving extremely severe damage, my spirit stat actually increased, he says to himself. This system has a bug. Xiao Nan opens his eyes and sees Yubing Yun still on top of him. He thinks to himself, with the help of this bugged system, this wolf-like essence draining technique seems pretty beneficial to me. As he imagines Yubing Yun saying, aha, come on, baby. He says to himself, oh, ho, 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 these system benefits are pretty good. Come on, let the storm rage even harder. As he feels intense pleasure, Yubing Yun thinks to herself, wait, why does it feel like my spiritual energy is a bit out of control? Could it be that I'm using the spell incorrectly? Suddenly, Xiao Nan sits up and slams his head into Yubing Yun's huge soft chest. She yells, "Ya!" Xiao Nan's nose suddenly bleeds. He thinks, here it comes, the legendary dual cultivation. Virgin until now, this sturdy and pure body. As Xiao Nan holds Yubing Yun, still smothered in her huge soft chest, he thinks to himself, is this finally going to? Yubing Yun sweats and thinks to herself, actually this kid looks, not babad. Yubing Yun raises her hand and says, no! She slaps the life out of Xiaonan. His chest jiggles. Xiaonan slams to the ground and thinks, what's going on? This kid is actually turning the tables and starting to suck out my spiritual energy? Yubing Yun said to herself, luckily, I came to my senses in time. Otherwise, I would have been completely drained by this kid. Xiaonan sits up and said, ugh, it hurts. Esteemed came out of his head. Yubing Yun said, you actually woke up. And she said to herself, normally comparing mental power between a mid-stage nascent soul cultivator and a third-stage spiritual energy disciple. Yubing Yun said to herself, he should be completely unaffected. Yubing Yun holds the cheeks of Xiaonan. As Xiaonan was shocked, and she observed Xiaonan and said to herself, there's no sign of him being infiltrated at all. Xiaonan pushed her away, and he said, who are you? And he said to himself, damn, is this woman's brain fried? Her mental power is terrifying, the man prophesied by the ancestor. Yubing Yun seductively crawls towards Xiaonan and said, this is great. Xiaonan, scared for his life, said, I'm a decent man. I don't sell my body. And he said to himself, she's definitely a pervert. Yubing Yun said, junior brother Xiaonan, This senior sister is Yubing Yun, an inner disciple of the sword sect's first peak. You can call me senior sister Yu. I remember during the daytime cultivation test, junior brother was at the third stage of spiritual energy, right? Yubing Yun said to herself, calm down, don't scare away my precious disciple. Xiaonan covers his body and said there are so many newly initiated disciples in the sword sect, yet senior sister is paying special attention to me. Could it be that you desire my body and want to dual cultivate with me? Yubing Yun became angry and hit Xiaonan's head as she said, you're the only one with third stage spiritual energy among this batch of new recruits. Who wouldn't remember? A system notification said received damage, Constitution +3. Xiaonan said to himself, here it comes again. Yubing Yun said the elder of the first peak of the sword sect, Red Dust Peak, is concerned about your cultivation, afraid that junior brother might fall behind. So she specially sent this senior sister to take care of you. And she said to herself, even if the spell is ineffective, I, the elder, will personally care for the new recruit. With such heartfelt sincerity, he'll definitely be devoted to me, right? Xiaonan said, senior sister, can you hit me again? Yubing Yun confused said, what? Xiaonan smiled like a joker and said to himself, this woman used a spell on me first, then she gave me a whack, and then my spirit and constitution improved. So, as long as I get hurt, I can get negative feedback benefits from this cultivation curse system. This is a miracle. And he points his ugly face and said, senior sister, really, hit me, quickly. As he stood up and rushed towards Yubing Yun. Yubing Yun suddenly stood up and kicked him in the head as she shouted, get away from me. A system notification said received damage, Constitution +5, as she was shocked, and Xiaonan didn't even flinch. Xiaonan said, senior sister, don't worry, it doesn't smell. Yubing Yun said, pervert, let go of me, as Xiaonan stopped and held her soft and delicate feet. As Xiaonan lets go of her precious feet, Xiaonan said to himself, ha ha, as long as I get beaten, I can level up even while lying down. This is awesome. Yubing Yun said to herself, ancestor, the child of destiny you prophesied seems to be a pervert. Yubing Yun said, junior brother Xiaonan, here is a secret manual that contains all the things a cultivator should pay attention to, from qi refining to foundation establishment. If junior brother diligently cultivates according to this book, you will definitely make rapid progress. As she took out a book, The 3 Years of Qi Refining, and she hands it over to Xiaonan, Yubing Yun said to herself, a genius's brain is always a bit special after all. Plus, even if he's a pervert, I'm determined to get this kid. Xiaonan said, 3 years of qi refining? Senior sister, is there also a book called 5 Years of Foundation Establishment? Yubing Yun said, how did you know? And she said to herself, this secret manual was specially entrusted by the ancestor when she ascended to be given to the child of destiny. Yubing Yun said, all right, junior brother, there's no time like the present. As Xiaonan looks at the cleavage of Yubing Yun said, let's cultivate tonight according to the methods in this manual. As she gently touched Xiaonan's face, Xiaonan suddenly surges in power. A system notification said, lazy cultivation, spiritual energy +2. Xiaonan peeks and said to himself, hey, this works too. Not bad, not bad. Yubing Yun suddenly slaps his face and said, do you think this senior sister is an idiot? The flow of surrounding spiritual energy hasn't changed at all. You're just pretending. A few moments later, Xiao Nan concentrates. A system notification said, Diligent cultivation, spiritual energy -2. Xiao Nan opens his eyes. A system notification said, Diligent cultivation, spiritual energy -2. A system notification said, Diligent cultivation, spiritual energy -2. Xiao Nan said to himself, It's just as I thought. Diligent cultivation will only make me worse. Yubing Yun said, Don't worry, senior sister will accompany you all night tonight. Xiao Nan said to himself, sweating, Tisk, could this woman be a stumbling block on my cultivation path? Outside, Jinshu knocked on the door and said, Junior brother Xiao Nan, are you in there? Inside, both Xiao Nan and Yubing Yun were shocked and confused. Suddenly, Yubing Yun jumped at Xiao Nan, covering his mouth as she smothered him with her soft, ample chest. She whispered, Shh. A system notification appeared. Body feels hot and restless. Fire spiritual root +1. Body feels hot and restless. Fire spiritual root +1. Jinshu continued, I am the head disciple of the elder of the first peak of the sword sect, Medicine Peak. The elder heard that junior brother's cultivation is only at the 3rd stage of spiritual energy, so she specially sent this senior sister to bring you some pills. Yubing Yun scoffed. First peak? She really dares to say that. She thought to herself, if junior sister finds me trying to monopolize this kid, she'll definitely interfere. I'll hide and see what's going on first. She hushed Xiao Nan and warned him, Don't you dare say anyone came by. Xiao Nan remained silent. Clang. Suddenly, Jinshu stepped inside. She smiled. Junior brother Xiao Nan is really diligent, still cultivating so late at night? Xiao Nan composed himself and asked, May I ask why senior sister has come so late at night? Jinshu thought to herself, It's dark and windy, and a woman appears in his bedroom, yet he remains so calm, as expected of the child of destiny prophesied by the ancestor. Xiao Nan, meanwhile, was sweating. Holy shit, what's going on tonight? One after another. Jinshu revealed a small bottle and said, Junior brother, senior sister has brought you spirit condensation pills. These are great tonics that can quickly increase your cultivation. She thought excitedly, once I use these precious pills to recruit this new disciple. Xiao Nan's eyes lit up. Hey, I can enjoy a happy and fulfilling two-person oh no master-disciple world. He beamed at her. Using so many precious pills to nurture a disciple. Master Jinshu is the person in the sword sect who treats me best. Jinshu's thoughts spiraled into excitement. Holy fucking shit. Did I poke a hornet's nest of weird women tonight? She suddenly stomped the floor in excitement, making Xiao Nan flinch in confusion. Then she stepped forward, holding a pill between her fingers. Junior brother, be good. Open your mouth and eat it. She grabbed his neck gently, but Xiao Nan's instincts screamed at him. What kind of bullshit tonic? What if the system determines it's poison? Wouldn't I be screwed? He quickly flicked her soft wrist. Aya, my hand cramped. The pill slipped from Jinshu's grasp and fell to the ground. Xiao Nan gasped. I'm sorry, senior sister. I dirtied such a precious pill. He smirked internally. That way she won't pressure me to eat it, right? Jinshu stared at the fallen pill. Before she could react, Xiao Nan stomped on it. Jinshu sighed. Once these pills are interfered with by a strong external force, their medicinal properties change. Tonics become poison. This spirit condensation pill is useless now. Xiao Nan's eyes sparkled. Poison? Good stuff. Jinshu placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. Junior brother doesn't need to feel bad. She pulled out another handful of pills and smiled. Our medicine peak has plenty, enough to satisfy. Xiao Nan stiffened. Jinshu leaned closer. Junior brother, be good. Eat this spirit condensation pill, and you'll be one of us on medicine peak. Xiao Nan hesitated. Senior sister, wait. Meanwhile, Yubing Yun peeked through the door, her eyes narrowing. Jinshu, that girl is too cunning, trying to bribe Xiao Nan with pills. She pressed her chest against the wooden door and tapped it lightly. Jinshu's eyes widened in confusion. What's that sound? Xiao Nan trembled slightly. Thanks for tuning in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to watch this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider sharing my videos or channel with your friends who might also enjoy it. Your support means the world to me and helps my channel grow. Let's keep this community thriving together. Until next time, see you in the next video.